What's your name?
My name is Adele.
Where are you from?
Oh, thank you for your question. I am from Kazakhstan, the best country in the world.
Hello, what's your name?
My name's Nada.
And where are you from?
I'm from Bolivia.
Hi there, so what's your name?
Declan. Ben.
Okay, nice to meet you. Where are you from?
We're from Kazakhstan.
What do you consider your national sport?
I would consider it to be football or soccer.
Okay, so do you like soccer yourself?
It depends. I mean, I usually don't watch it at home, but I'm watching the World Cup right now, so
Okay, so who do you think is going to win the World Cup?
Argentina for sure.
Okay, thank you so much, Lada.
Thank you.
Do you do any sports yourself?
Volleyball.
Volleyball?
Yes.
Nice. So what positions do you play for?
I'm right side.
And I'm Power.
Okay, thank you so much. So, what do you consider your national sport?
That's a really good question. Thank you for asking me that. I was thinking about it recently and I came up with an answer. Since, as you may know, Kazakhstan is famous by its favorable animal, horses. So, I would say that it should be something related to horse rides, right? Does that make sense? And one of the things that comes to my mind is horse cricket. That's kind of game that when you're like riding a horse and playing cricket at the same time. Isn't it genius? Isn't it fun?
Yep, sounds so really interesting. Thank you so much for your time.
Of course.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is David.
And where are you from?
Kazakhstan.
And what do you consider your national sport?
Box.
Box. So is Kazakhstan really good at boxing?
Sometimes yes.
Okay, who's your favorite athlete, like from boxers and stuff?
Let me say Sergey.
Okay, nice. And do you have any other favorite sports?
Basketball.
Basketball. Which team do you like in the NBA?
Cleveland Cavs.
Nice. Thank you so much. Thank you. What do you consider your national sport?
Like lacrosse or something.
Lacrosse.
I feel like in general hockey, but I know I believe it is actually lacrosse.
When interviewing students on campus, we were surprised by how many students gave conflicting answers. As you just saw, 2 students from Kazakhstan gave 2 very different answers for their country's sport of horse racing and boxing, and 2 students from Canada named lacrosse as the national sport, but mentioned how many people consider it to be hockey. To further explain some facts about where some sports are popular and where they originated from, we came up with an idea for a tournament. We are proposing a multicultural tournament at TRU. By hosting sports from each continent, students can view different athletic cultures around the world and expand their knowledge and appreciation for them. In this video, we give a quick rundown of different sports from different countries around the world. Antarctica and disc golf. The objective of the game is to get your disc into the basket. There are a few different types of discs, such as the driver, mid-range, and putter. The game is played out similarly to normal golf, where there are courses with multiple holes, like 9 or 18, and you try to get it into the basket in as few shots as possible. The driver is more of a sharp edge to allow it to fly at high speeds for long-range shots. The mid-range is wide with narrow rims, provided for more accurate and placed shots in order to get closer to the basket. The putter has rounded edges not meant for speed or distance, but more for short and accurate shots, generally to put the disc in the basket at the end. Africa and track. A sport Africa proudly excels in time after time is track, generally composed of 3 different distances of 100 meters, 200 meters, and 400 meters for sprints. The runners start on a starting block, and the first to reach the finish line wins. There are long distances as well in track, such as 1500 meter, which require more stamina to complete, while sprints require more short-term spurts of energy and strength. African athletes tend to do very well during the Olympic track events, especially Kenyans, who are known to be fast as lightning. South America and soccer. Soccer is a sport played with 22 players, 11 on each team. The objective of the game is to score more points than the opposing team by kicking the ball into their net to score a goal. The ball can only be touched by the hands of the goalie, who guards their net. Everyone else is allowed to use their feet, head, chest, and legs to move the ball. Soccer is a fun game for beginners up to professionals because it is easy to play but difficult to master. Canada's pride and joy. The game is normally played on ice with skates, helmets, and gloves, and other protective gear. For a ball hockey alternative that's a lot easier for beginners who don't know how to skate, all you need is sticks, tennis balls instead of pucks, hockey nets, and goalie gloves and blockers. It's played with 2 teams of 5 players and a goalie. The objective is to score goals by getting the ball into the opposing team's net using your stick. You win by scoring the most goals possible within the allotted time. Australia and cricket. For cricket, you're going to need cricket bats, a cricket ball, and cricket wickets. You play in 2 teams of 12. The bowler, who is like a pitcher, pitches the ball to the batter, who must bat the ball into the field with hopes nobody catches it before it bounces, or else they are out. If the batter is successful, the batter and the batter on the opposite side must run to opposite ends of the pitch. Batters score runs by repeatedly batting and switching sides. The objective is to get as many runs as possible without knocking down the wickets behind you. Asia and ping pong. Ping pong, or the official name of table tennis, is an incredibly popular sport in Asian countries such as China. All you're going to need are ping pong paddles, ping pong balls, and a net with a decent sized table. You can play this in singles or doubles, but more commonly in singles. The main objective is to hit the ball back and forth over the net. If the other player doesn't return the ball, that is a point for you. Games are won by whoever gets 11 points first, and matches are of 3 or 5 games. The ball must make it over the net and bounce once on the opponent's side to count as a point, and cannot bounce twice on your side before returning the ball, or it counts as a point for them. Europe and rugby. Rugby is the sport of the UK, especially popular in England. Rugby is normally a very dangerous game full of tackling and scrums that can result in very serious injuries. However, flag rugby is much more safe. For this, you just need a rugby ball and some flags, or you can use pennies or extra rags as flags. To play, players attempt to run to the opposite side of the field to earn a try, which is like a touchdown. While running, if their flag is torn off, they must stop and turn over the ball to the other team. They can only get flagged if they are the one with the ball, so they can avoid this by passing the ball to a teammate or outrunning or dodging the opposite team. To pass in rugby, you cannot pass forward. You can only pass sideways or backwards, or else it will result in another ball turnover. We hope learning about some different sports around the world helped gain some insight into different athletic cultures different than Canada. Our hopes for TRU are that they can help some international students get involved and help encourage them to attend different sporting events and different clubs by featuring sports that are different from Canada, some from different continents around the world, and some different cultures that can be more encouraged to get involved. As well, we think it's important for domestic students from Canada to be encouraged to learn about different athletic cultures. Instead of being immersed in the same sports that they're used to growing up, they can have the opportunity to learn about some different sports that they never would have known. As well, sports have been proven to build teamwork, camaraderie, as well as friendships. So it is a really great idea for TRU's student network to encourage some international sports to take place on campus. On behalf of Athletic Loops, we want to thank everyone involved with being kind enough to be interviewed, as well as some international students who gave us some insight into sports from their countries. As well, we want to thank you for watching and for being involved with our blog. Stay tuned for any new updates on this matter, as well as different sporting updates from around Kamloops. Thank you for watching. Canada